Hey, everybody. It's time for the Celtic Rain Radio Show. I know. It's that time again. Yay. All right. So I'm just saying it's going to be an amazing night. It's going to be really, really fun. We're going to have so much to do. Hey, it's 9:00. Woohoo. And it's time. I'm just saying. So if you are watching the Celtic Rain Radio Show right now and you're watching somewhere besides YouTube, just know you can go to youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. And you can like and subscribe. That way you know exactly when we're going to be on. You can come on. You could be a part of the show. You can put your comments in. Plus, we've got somebody that's all the way from the UK tonight. I'm just saying, come have fun with us. Come ask questions. If you are a musician who wants to send me music, you can send it to celticrain777@gmail.com. There are only a few requirements. You ready? Number 1, has to be a small label or independent artist or band. Dun, 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 dun. Number 2, has to be family friendly. If you curse in your music, make radio ready versions. That's just professional. And number 3, and there had to be a number 3 because someone kept trying to send me stuff that they didn't have permission to send me. So, you guys, so that I can play it on the show, I have to have permission from the people. So they have to send their own music, or the person who represents them sends the music. All right. Really only 3 requirements. I play all kinds of music. I am here for the small label and independent artists because that's what this show is all about, people. That's it right there. That's what it is, because we are the Celtic Rain Radio Show. So our first set of music, we're going to hear Danny Boy by Celtic Rain. That's my group. Thank you very much. And then we're going to hear Tomorrow is Yesterday by 5 Year Mission. You know, they're the ones that write songs about Star Trek. I'm just saying. It's pretty awesome. And then we're going to hear Spiders, because guess what? Halloween is coming and it's my favorite time of year. Dun, dun, dun. It's my favorite time of year. Plus, guys, it's like 11 days and then the new Hocus Pocus movie comes out. I'm so stupid excited about that. Needless to say, I have my friends. Ready? Oh, okay. So I got to start with Sylvia. Sylvia's been around for a while. She's my first spider. She sits on my. She actually, when it's Christmas time, she lives on the Christmas tree. And then I got a new one. So it's Sylvia and Bob. Because I thought that would be funny. So, and Bob's new. He's new to the family. Everybody say hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. And so yeah, so Bob and Sylvia are here for the spider song and the rest of the show because I think I love them. And yes, so if you don't like spiders, I'm sorry. They're not real. Okay. I'm just gonna put that one out there. But needless to say, we are going to listen to a song called Spiders by Quincy Fulweiler. So, ta-da! Now we have the spiders as well, my little friends. And yeah, we're going to go from there. So, you guys ready to start this amazing show? I am. I'm just saying. It's just one of those nights where everything is going to be beautiful and we're going to hear some of the most amazing music in the world. And we start off with a little Danny Boy.
Danny Boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. It's you must go and I must buy. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis all be then sunshine or shine. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. It's you must go and I must buy. But coming back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hush and white with snow, it'll be good sunshine or shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But when you come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead and dead, I well maybe you'll come and find a place where I am lying and kneel and say, and nothing there for me. I shall hear the soft you tread above me, and all my dreams will warmer, sweeter be. If you not fail to tell me that you love me, I'll simply sleep in peace until you come to me. But Danny boy, when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow, 'tis I'll be found sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
Captain John Christopher, U.S. Air Force, serial 4857932, Blue J4. Came and saw a radar blip, possible UFO. I was dispatched by plane to get a visual. Soaring through Uh-oh. Little green men from Alpha Centauri, or Earthmen from the distant future, propelled through time accidentally 200 years back to the late 60s. They cannot risk changing what must be. The slingshot effect could reverse time theoretically, but that would mean today would be erased, and tomorrow is yesterday. Matter transporters, alien invaders, instant chicken soup, female computers. I wanted to join the space program, but I will have a son and he will go to Saturn. They cannot risk changing what must be. The slingshot effect could reverse time theoretically, but that would mean today would be erased. It never happened, and tomorrow is yesterday, and tomorrow is yesterday, and tomorrow is yesterday, and tomorrow is yesterday. Captain John Christopher, U.S. Air Force, serial 4857932, Blue J4. Command saw a radar blip, possible UFO. I was dispatched by plane to get a visual. Soaring through the clouds, I was approaching from below. I glimpsed what appeared a spacecraft, then it was gone. Guess I was wrong. The end.
Dead spiders in the windowsill, a broken spirit, the battered will. I can't deny it, I wish I could fight it, but I just stand still. Dead shadows roam these empty roads, they keep the past and they salt the wounds. I just can't take it, I don't wanna face it, so I lock the doors. So I stand like a statue, waiting for a break in the silence. From a whisper, the ground begins to quake, the earth begins to open each side. From the middle, we go our separate ways and leave spiders in the windowsill. We used to walk together in the sun, we'd share our fortune with everyone. Somehow got statue waiting for a break in the silence. From a whisper the ground begins to quake, the earth begins to open inside. From the middle we go our separate ways, and these spiders in the windowsill. And spiders in the windowsill, a broken spirit, a shattered will. I can't deny it, I wish I could fight it, but I just can't move. So I stand like a statue waiting for a break in the silence. From a whisper the ground begins to quake, the earth begins to open inside. From the middle we go our separate ways, and these spiders, and we stand like a statue waiting for a break in the silence. From a whisper the ground begins to quake, the earth begins to open inside. From the middle we go our separate ways, and these spiders in the windowsill.
I'm telling you what. Okay, that I like my spider, so shush. But the first time I actually ever so my husband brought a spider home. Because he went and smoked cigars and drank scotch with a friend of ours named Fred and brought home a tarantula. And my son was literally like a month and a half old, and I'm like, what the heck, dude? But I have to say, it was probably the best pet I've ever had. It was so easy to take care of. So I don't know. But I have friends who are so petrified of spiders that they won't even come if you have fake ones in the house. So sorry, there are fake ones in the house. But it is what it is. But guess what? We have a beautiful, beautiful guest with us that may or may not like spiders. I have no idea.
Yeah.
How
No,
are you with
I'm okay
spiders?
with spiders. My daughter's absolutely terrified of them.
I was always the one they would always call. They would always be like, I would like in my dorm room. So, Rebecca, can you come get the spider, please? And I'm like, fine. Oh my gosh, you people are babies. So I would like go down and get the spider and then take it outside and let it go because, spiders are very good. They're very good for everything. So I was just like, don't kill them. So I'm always the capture and release. I'm the capture and release person for sure. So how are you today?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here, so
Yeah.
I'm probably not looking
So
my best.
tell everybody where you are.
Well, at the moment I'm in England. I'm in a small city called Winchester, down near the south coast, just north of Southampton.
Nice.
So I'm one of the 3 members of the band of the Old Gods. We're a pandemic band, so we're quite remote from each other. So my brother,
Yeah.
the guitarist Marty, lives over in Kent on the east side of England, and Davey,
Nice.
our singer, lives back up in Belfast, Northern Ireland, where we're all originally from. So hence the strange accent.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I was telling you earlier, you have an accent to us, but we have an accent to you. So I do get this. I really, really do. Because my grandmother was from Great Britain, and she's always like, you all speak so wrong. And I'm like, no, we don't. We just speak different. So, but she was very proper. And so, it was like, that's wrong. And I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Very
No, that's
proper,
okay. So
traditional.
when I first moved over to England, I think people could hardly understand a word I said because my accent was so thick, and we tended to speak really quickly as well.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Exactly. I I've never actually been to Ireland, although I have a lot of Irish in me. But I've been to Scotland a few times, and going to Glasgow, that was when the first experience of me not understanding English ever. I was like, "What the heck, dude?" I went to the bathroom, and I'm trying to figure out how to use the bathroom because you have to pay for the bathrooms over there. And I went over there, and I was like, I came out of the bathroom stall, and the girl's like, "You have to pay," but I couldn't understand a word she was saying. She finally just went into the stall and put the money in and said, "Go." And I was like, "Thank you." And she probably walked away thinking, this lady's an idiot. But she was an angel that day because she paid for me to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That I will remember forever. That's wonderful. So tell me, what is your background in music? How did you get into music?
Well, let's see. I guess all three of us. Well, Davey sort of was used to play in bands from when he was knee high to a grasshopper. He was always in bands in school, but it was really the whole sort of punk scene back in the sort of late 70s. It was a big thing in Northern Ireland, and virtually everybody you knew started a band, and that's when me and Marty started. So yeah. That's how we got together, and then sort of things went on. And Davey stayed in Belfast. He was played with his band Shock Treatment for a while. Moved on through several other bands. They sort of nearly made it big in the 90s with a band called Peace Frog. They sort of played with David Bowie and all, but didn't quite make it. But he's been playing constantly still now, so he's a bit of a legend back in Belfast.
Nice.
Marty, my brother, he started playing. He left for London, so dropped out of art college. Decided he wanted to play guitar. He was pretty good even then. So he went over to London to make his fortune. Picked up a lot of bands, played in sort of old electro pop bands, Pleasure and the Beast, some sort of metal with a Hellfire Club. Did some work with Sinead O'Connor.
Oh wow!
And I think eventually in the 90s he joined the Psychedelic Furs for the Midnight to Midnight album. So he toured with them on that particular tour. So he got a bit of the the authentic rock and roll lifestyle. He's quite big. As for me, I like a lot of people, I left Belfast, went to Manchester, played in soul bands and small indie bands, and eventually moved down to London, where I played in another band which had moved down from Belfast. Then with a three-piece called the Brilliant Pebbles, we sort of played an awful lot of agricultural colleges, which was interesting, quite brutal at times, but quite
I can imagine.
And then. But then sort of during the 90s, I sort of got fed up with it. There's a lot of sort of internal bickering over royalties and things. And I thought, nah. So went off, raised a family instead. And then a few years back,
so you've told everybody else, what is your actual name? Because,
I'm Mike.
You've said the other two's names, and I'm like, but you haven't said your name. And I'm like, everybody needs to know your name too. So this is Mike, everybody. Everybody say hi, Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hi, people.
So you have a family. What do you have? I'm assuming you have kids, and how many kids you got?
4. So
nice.
They're sort of the tweens were sort of 17 and 24 at the moment. So
nice. So what instrument do you play?
So good question. I started off as a bass player, and that's my main instrument. I in the Auld Gods, I tend to do a lot of programming. So I tend to program the drums at the moment for all the recorded work. A little bit of keyboards. Very bad keyboard player. saxophone, very bad saxophone player. I play a bit of double bass now as well, so I'm taking lessons in that because yeah,
Yes,
it's,
there's something in the background. You should show everybody what you have in the
yeah,
background. That is
yeah, that's my
amazing.
my electric upright. So yeah, it's a nice piece of kit. But
It's
yeah, it's
very
hard
interesting.
work.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, no, I sold I sold instruments for a little while, and I always thought it was really interesting, the instruments that there were the bodiless instruments, that, and it was just like, oh, these are so interesting because you can travel with them and you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about certain things, and and stuff, because double basses are huge, and so it's like, oh my gosh, yeah. So it's great. It's such a great thing. um, so what made you want to be a musician?
well, it's like lots of people. I loved records. I sort of listened to Pink Floyd and stuff, and it was all great. But you never ever thought I'd play. And
Yes.
then punk came along, and anybody could pick up an instrument, and so I did. I picked the easiest, only four strings, but which was good for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, my brother sort of picked up the guitar. He's one of these painful people who's a natural musician, and it's just so you're
Yeah.
sort of struggling, practicing for hours.
That's
He
my
just comes
husband.
in, whoa. Of course, he did practice for hours, but
Yeah.
yeah, but he's very very good, very
Yeah.
musical guy. So
Nice. I always say of my husband's like that, and I always say he plays guitar like this, and I play guitar like this.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, no. But I can hit a high C and he can't. So that's all that matters. So I understand what
Yeah,
he's
I
saying.
was listening to Danny Boy earlier on, and yeah, there's some good notes there you
There's
hit.
some good notes there. I know. So tell me, we're going to listen to a song called Careless. Tell us about Careless.
Uh, yeah, it's a little song I sort of put together on the computer. It's pretty straightforward, just guitar, bass and drums, and a little bit of piano.
Nice.
And in fact, we've got a YouTube channel, which is the Auld Gods, AULDGODS. And you can see there's lots of little videos. We have some of the early videos from early demos we've done of that song.
Nice.
So it sounded quite nice, but then I gave it to Marty, and he sort of added, the musicality to it. So it's
Yeah.
put a lot of really, really nice stuff on it. Then we then I put the lyrics onto it, and it's a bit of a cliche, but everybody, so many bands do songs sort of based on Orpheus and Eurydice, where he sort of goes down to the underworld and sort of tries to bring Eurydice back, and it all goes wrong. And
Right.
I'd been reading some poems by Seamus Heaney, and there's an American poet as well, Hilda Doolittle, and she's interesting because she'd written the poem from Eurydice's side, so she was pretty pissed off with
Oh, wow.
Orpheus because he made a mess of trying to get her out of Hades. And the songs like that, it sort of moves it
Wow.
into London, and the Irish living in London in this sort of 80s or so.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
it's a bit of a play around with words, but it's a fun song. And yeah, we did a little video for it. Once I put the lyrics to it, then Davey is a really, really good singer, sort of, put the emotion into it.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a hack again, but which is difficult because whenever I'm writing stuff, I have to write lyrics and then I have to sing them to give to Davey so he can sing them properly. There's always that sort of horrible bit, here it goes,
Yeah.
Davey.
Yeah, well, there is always a process. So I understand.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we are actually we're gonna oh, we have some little icons. Yay, Facebook users loving what you're saying. Um but we're gonna listen to Careless, and you're gonna do a little bit of chair dancing with us and have a little fun. as I do with all my guests. So we'll have you back on in just a minute, okay? Sounds great. Okay, so guys, we are going to hear Careless by All Gods, and then we're going to listen to The Boys of Barna Srati by the Selkie Girls. And then we're going to listen to If You Can Dream by Ginger Ackley. You guys ready for some amazing music? I know I am. All right, let's do this thing.
Years ago in the capital, things were clicking, life was fresh, but the clock was ticking. Drink was had, in fact he had a few, perched on the towers of Marion. Cheap guitars and old street bound, dipping in and out of the underground. He was making his own myth, charming the gods, receiving the love and playing the odds. Well, all the music in the world, it means nothing anymore. She remains in the shadows, broken, disappointed. He let her down. The canal still shining at 3 in the morning. He's talking to himself, and that's a warning. The big dogs remain that he had to impress, but his grip on reality was getting less and less. Led the wild colonial boy, Christ, he made them weep, but his feelings for her, they were deep. Met on the Piccadilly line, but she met her fate by the Serpentine. Well, all the music in the world, it means nothing anymore. She remains in the shadows, broken, disappointed. He let her down. Nothing anymore. She remains in the shadows, broken, disappointed. He let her down.
Damn when he looks back, alone in the escalator, stumbling out at Finsbury Park.
He's got an arm full of Pfizer and a meeting that just won't go well. Older, but not really wiser. He's got an arm full of Pfizer and a meeting that just won't go well. Older, but not really wiser. He's got an arm full of Pfizer and a meeting that just won't go well.
Oh, the town, it climbs the mountain and looks out upon the sea. at sleeping time or waking, 'tis there I long to be, to walk again that kindly street, the place where life began, and the boys of Banasroida went hunting for the red. With cudgels stout we roamed about to hunt the droning. We searched for birds in every forest, from Litter to Duneen. We sang for joy beneath the sky. Life held no print or plan, and the boys of Banasroida went hunting for the red. And when the hills were bleeding and the rifles were aflame, to the rebel homes of Kerry the Saxon strangers came, and the men who dared the Oxys and to beat the black and tan, and the boys of Banasroida who hunted for the red. And here's a toast to them tonight, the lads who laughed with me by the groves of Carham River, on the slopes of Benatee, John Dolly and Bad Andy, and the she-hens Con and Dan, and the boys of Banasroida who hunted for the red. And now they toil on foreign soil, for they have gone their way, deep in the heart of London town, or over in Broadway, and I am left to sing their deeds and praise them while I can. Those boys of Banasroida who hunted for the red. When the wheel of life runs down and peace comes over me, oh, lay me down in that old town between the hills and sea. I'll take my sleep in those green fields, the place my life began, where the boys of Banasroida went hunting for the red. If you can dream, if you can fly, then your heart can touch the sky, but only if you can dream. If love is true and love is real, pain and sorrow soon will heal, but only if you can dream. Dream till you wake, dream till you feel, dream till you know it, dream till it's real. If you can dream, then you can be bound by love and yet be free, but only if you can dream. When love and trust are deep and fair, there is nothing your heart won't dare, but only if you can dream. Dream till you wake, dream till you feel, dream till you know it, dream till it's real. Dream till it's real. Dream till it's real.
I love Ginger. She's probably one of my favorites. Of course, Selkie girls are crazy amazing, but Ginger's got this heart. Ginger Ackley's got this heart that just makes me sing. And to be completely honest, I love, this is like one of my favorite songs by her. That made me cry a little bit. Dream till you feel, dream till you wake. And I was like, you know what? I understand that. I understand, because there are dreams I have that you just have to keep dreaming them until they happen, right? I know the show is one of those dreams that if I had quit, it took me 5 years to finally do the stinking thing. And then now it's been almost 2 years and I look at it and I go, oh my gosh, look at this. I have played so much of you people's music and so much of my music. And it blows my mind. Like it blows my mind to think that if I hadn't just kept dreaming it and kept that I might not have ever done this. And we would have never known who the Selkie girls are, or who Ginger Ackley is, or who the Auld Gods is. I'm just saying. So I don't know. I get blown away by some of the things she writes, and it just kind of makes my heart happy. But you guys, if you have music to send me, and you want to play your music on this station, literally, you have to be a small label or independent artist, and your music has to be family friendly, meaning there's no cursing. Don't make fun of people. Just be nice. You know, I'm just saying. It's just one of those things. And I play all kinds of music. It's amazing. Also, you have to have permission to send me the music. Thank you very much. But we are going to hear some amazing music coming up next. But if you want to send me music, you can send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. Coming up next, we've got Mr. Moon by Creaky Dog. Creaky Dog was talking earlier. That's right. And then we have I Will Rise by Scott Ziegler. Then we have Star of the County Down by Celtic Rain. Whoop, whoop. That's my band. Thank you. So that's right. Got a little bit of everything coming on tonight. And then we get to speak to old gods again. That's right. It's pretty awesome like that, because this show's pretty awesome like that. I'm just saying. I know. But you guys ready for some great music? All right. Here we go.
Can't you see me, Mr. Moon? I'm right here in the afternoon with my baby by my side. We see you hiding in the sky. You part the clouds again tonight. Your face is up there shining bright. You make us feel like we're one. 'Cause you've got something on the sun. The stars all around make us feel safe and sound. And the glow that you give is so warm. When the night comes to an end, we'll wish you back again to be here and show us your charm. Show us your charm. Can't you hear me, Mr. Moon? I am singing you this tune. The song I wrote will go with you. Tomorrow when the sky turns blue. The stars all around make us feel safe and sound. And the glow that you give is so warm. When the night comes to an end, we'll wish you back again to be here and show us your charm. Can't you be there, Mr. Moon? Can't you be there, Mr. Moon? To meet us in the afternoon. you gonna do? Do you see the game he's playing? Knocking it down, you're fading, but the battle is raging. So what are you gonna do? Do you feel like I do? It's coming around the corner, the enemy's facing you. So what are you gonna do? Do you see the game he's playing? Knocking it down, you're fading, but the battle is raging. So what are you gonna do? Gotta rise again, yeah. You got to rise again, rise. Today I will rise again, not alone in this fight. Overcoming from within, walk by faith, not by sight. No, today I will rise again, not alone in this fight. Overcoming from within, walk by faith, not by sight. I will rise, I will rise, I will rise again.
This is a tune about the place in Ireland where St. Patrick first landed, but it takes place quite a long time after that. Near Banbridge town in the county down, one morning last July, down a Burying Green came a sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her two bare feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing elf that I shook myself, but to see I was really there. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like a sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. As she onward sped, there I shook my head, and I looked with a feeling rare. And I said, says I, to a passerby, who's the maid with the nut brown hair? He smiled at me, and with pride says he, that's the gem of Ireland's crown. She's young Rosie McCann, from the banks of the Bann, she's a star of the county town. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. Crossroads Fair, I'll be surely there, and I'll dress in my Sunday clothes, with my shoes shone bright and my hat cocked right, for a smile from my nut brown rose. No pipe I'll smoke, no horse I'll yoke, till my plough turns a rust colour brown, till a smiling bride by my own fireside sits the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down.
So that was A little bit of Star of the County Down. I know, I know. And we are all sorts of Celtic, me and my husband. So, we got a little bit of everything in there, and it makes us beautiful mutts people. But guess what? We have a little bit more of Old Gods on. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm good. I love that song, "Star of the County Down." Was my dad used to sing around the house, and he'd never sing an entire song. You'd always hear a few lines of the chorus, like "Star of the County Down." Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's one of our favorites that we do. And my husband sings that one, and I just get to like ooh and ah in the background. And I go ooh, and put a little extra here and there, and then I get to beat on my drum like a crazy lady. But yeah, that is we like playing that one, and there's another one that talks about the Star of the County Down that we kind of put with it. I can't remember the name of. Anyways, needless to say, and it goes just really well together. I can imagine growing up over there, you probably had all those folk tunes being sung all over the place all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, we
So
did. Yeah,
what were
no,
some of the
lots of great
favorites?
songs like that. And I think in one of our songs, "Donaghadee," I stole a couple of lines from various songs, like. Yeah, I think the Old Orange Flute was 6 miles from Bangor to Donaghadee, and Black
Nice.
Velvet Band.
Of
So
course.
yeah,
Yeah, we do
so if you
that one
listen
for
carefully,
sure.
you'll hear those little bits thrown in.
Exactly. That's awesome. So, do you get to just do music, or do you have another job that you do?
Yeah, I used to work in aviation,
Oh,
so
wow.
I worked on air traffic control systems, so.
Nice.
And a lot of weather stuff. I used to do some work with the National Weather Service over in the States as well. Some good guys there.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, the science behind weather always amazes me. Always. I'm like, that is to be able to even halfway predict weather is always like, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, there's some very clever guys and girls working on
Yeah.
that stuff. Really,
Yeah.
really
I'm
good.
like, I can sing you a song.
Yeah,
They're
but
like,
everybody likes
oh,
a
that's nice.
song.
Exactly. Exactly. So when you're writing music, what is your process? What is your process for writing music?
Well, the thing I like about this band is all three of us write. So
Oh, that's
so
wonderful.
there's a sort of slightly different process with each. When I'm writing stuff, I tend to sort of put together just a few chords or a riff, then I'll pop them onto the computer. Use a sort of an audio workstation like Reaper, and
Yep.
I'll just knock it together until it sounds halfway good. Get a sort of nice chord sequence or a riff. Then I'll sort of try and work some decent drums around it. And once I get something that's passable, generally bang it off to my brother. So he downloads it onto his computer, and then he'll record various guitar tracks over it. So
Nice.
and he uses a lot of processing. So he'll do a lot of sort of background noises and things that don't sound like guitars, but they just sort of add to the
Yeah.
sound. And once we get
All the
something
little
we really like, then I'll bounce it back to me. I'll do some lyrics, and then we send it off to Davey. If Davey's writing, we generally get a sort of full song from him, but sometimes they're a bit chaotic, and you have to sort of rearrange it to sort of bring it down into a sort of reasonable length, and maybe sort
Yeah.
of make sure the verses and choruses are roughly the same length, that sort of thing. But it's good stuff, and it's good for Davey because he sort of plays in a very sort of a really good band. But this with the gods, he's able to sort of experiment a bit with synthesizers and the like,
Oh
which he's
yeah.
generally not allowed to do. But it's good stuff, and that's what you'll hear on the next song, "Red Lines." That's one of Davies. And
Nice.
that started off quite raw, but it worked into something really nice. Now Davey and I worked on that together, and then we sent it off to Marty, and he really added something to it. The guitar's quite something on it.
Nice. Yeah, I've noticed guitarists or instrumentalists, my husband's that way. Like he'll write things and I'm like, okay, you realize this isn't singable. Like, so I'm like, okay, let's just change this just a little bit because I can't, this isn't work. Like, we can't do this because he'll get these crazy instrumental ideas, and you're just kind of sitting there going, that's interesting. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but it's interesting, And so then we'll work through it and sit down, and it becomes this ridiculous, amazing song. But sometimes it definitely takes a village to,
Yeah,
to
well,
write
it's
something that is beautiful.
it's taken us a long time to work together. When we were in our first band together, so this punk rock band, the Lovers of Today, we used to fight awfully. It was just dreadful. It was
Oh,
just
geez, yeah.
really sort of, it was awful. But we're much more mature and considered now. We tend to sort of listen to each other a bit now,
Right,
and he's
right.
usually right.
That's great. So tell us what is Red Lines about then?
So it's a political song. It's back in Northern Ireland. It's there's a history of the two sides, and everybody
Yeah.
tends to put down on both sides the red lines, which they say we will not cross.
Mm,
And the way to work through things is negotiation and compromise, and this is really what the song's about. And it's Davy's still back there, and the whole sort
Yeah.
of governmental thing sort of grinds to a halt every now and again because the two sides won't talk to each other. And it's Northern Ireland. It's a big no thing in Northern Ireland, but yeah, I think you've got the same probably in the States as well.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no
No, we've
no
got,
compromise. Each side believes they're right, and there's no dialogue, and you need dialogue to move forward.
Yes, that is a big problem here. I have to admit, we probably, yeah, I think it's probably a problem all over the world, to be completely honest. People like to be right, and so and so they don't listen to everybody else. And so, yeah, compromise, man. It's a hard thing to listen to someone else and to admit that, hey, they might be right on this issue and I might be right on this one, and we might be able to meet in the middle. That's
It
a
is, but
hard thing.
yeah, it works, and things like the Good Friday
Yeah.
Agreement were down to a lot of
Absolutely.
people making compromises that were very difficult to take back to their own people on both sides, and that's how
Yeah.
it worked, and that's the sort of thing people need to understand is you never move forward if everybody takes a hard line on everything, because there's no movement. So that
Exactly.
was a tough time for the people, people who, I would personally have disagreed with and didn't like, and did some very brave things on their sides, at that
Nice.
time to move these things forward. And,
Absolutely.
there's a lot of credit to the people who did that. It was a really
Yeah,
risky and difficult thing to do.
exactly. Well, we're gonna listen to that song, do a little more chair dancing, and we're gonna have you back in just a minute. All right.
Okie doke.
Okay. Well, guys, we are going to listen to Red Line by Auld Gods. And then we're going to listen to No Longer Beats by Cynics 4. And then we're going to listen to Longing by David East. Some great, great music coming your way. I'm just saying, it's a great show. And
Place your cross beside my name, for no more sorrow, for no more pain. Place your X beside my name. I have no sorrow, I feel no shame. Place your X beside my name. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. I have no sorrow, I feel no pain. When the race is run, I stand to gain. With my red light. With my red lights. think you need no thoughts. Place your X inside my box. Indelible marker, all for the cause. These are my red lights. My red lights. Place your cross beside my name. There's no tomorrow, no one will gain. Mark your X beside my box. There are no feelings, there are no thoughts. Place your cross beside my name. Just like my father, I stand to gain. Place your cross beside my name. For no more sorrow, for no more pain. With my red light. My red light. These are my red light. These are my red light. These are shaking it, leather clad, never said. Dress is tight for the night. Killer eyes, take a bite. Memories always fade, buried deep, simply made. Feel the body, dress the body. A money man, simply shoddy. I see you in the shadow. I see you turn away. My hobby was so heavy. Time to bleed away. Shaping out, feeling it. Twisted nerve, feeling fit. Never late, ejaculate. Favorite place, not too late. Call a name, there's no shame. Journey's in, you're to blame. Silent scream, silent stare. Perfect crime, would you dare? I see you in the shadow. I saw you turn away. My hobby was so heavy. Time to bleed away.
shaking it. Leather clad, never said. Dress is time for the night. Killer eyes, take a bite. I see you in the shadows. I see you turn away. My heartbeat was so heavy. Time to bleed away. No longer beats today. No longer beats.
David is one of these people that you just kind of sit there and you go, dude, he is just so stinking talented. You just want to be like, that's so pretty. I could just sit there and listen all day long. I'm just saying. It's just one of those people, and you're just like, sit down, play the piano, don't stop. David, so gorgeous. Anyways, well, we do have Old Gods back on. So yeah, how are you? Did you enjoy that last piece? Good Lord, that man's fingers are ridiculous. It's kind of I get blown away by the music that gets sent to me so much. I just get so blown away by it. It's a blessing to have so many great musicians who send me such amazing music. It really is. So how are you feeling? It's getting a little late there.
It is, yeah, not too bad actually. So had plenty of coffee.
I'm good. He's like, I've had coffee. That's great. So what's next for you guys? If you're a pandemic band, tell me what's next for you guys. What are you working on?
Yeah,
Are you guys
so
gonna be
I think
performing?
we're planning to put another single out in October. It's another
Nice.
track off the album. It's called At the Cecil. It's about the Cecil Hotel in LA.
Nice.
So that should be a good one. At the moment,
Yeah.
we're working on some new material for a second album. So there's lots of new stuff, interesting songs.
Yay.
Generally,
That's
sort of
awesome.
fairly miserable stuff about domestic violence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
hard
there's
stuff,
some really interesting stuff. I think you played an excerpt from one of the new ones. I think that's the plan a couple of weeks back. So
Yeah.
so that'll be better once it's not me singing on it. But we'll see.
Oh yeah.
So
It's not that bad.
yeah, it would be nice to get some gigs in. It's kind of difficult. Sort of transport's difficult as we're sort of all over the UK at the moment, and sort of air prices have gone up through the roof.
Yeah.
But
Things are a little
hopefully
crazy.
me and
right?
Marty will sort of chuck the stuff into a van and make our way back to Ireland. We might hopefully get a gig on at some point in the next few months. But
Yeah,
started
that'd be
sort of
great.
putting together a live set, but there's a way to go yet.
Yeah. That'll be a lot of fun when that happens. We'll be looking for the new music though, for sure. So tell us where we can find you.
Okay, so it's on all the usual places, so you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, all those, and we've also got a site on Bandcamp. So it's again, it's if you search for Auld Gods, that's AULDGODS, that you should come up with something there. And on Bandcamp, you can order the CD if you really fancy something physical. It's quite nice.
Right.
Some nice artwork on it as well.
Nice.
But yep, and so that's where you'll get all our material. And of course, we've got there's a YouTube channel where we sort of throw out little videos for a lot of the songs. Sometimes we'll put out a little taster for the new stuff.
Nice.
And that's about it.
Yep. And people can come and find you at facebook.com/AuldGods. That's AULDGODS. And you can find them at auldgods.com, AULDGODS.com. So go look them up for sure. We're going to listen to another song called Forgiven. Tell us about this song.
Yeah, this is some interesting one. I sort of wrote this quite a while ago. It was originally quite a lot faster. It had a bit of a gospel feel to it, but when I gave it to Marty, he didn't like it that much. So we ended up slowing it down, and then we replaced the bass with a double bass. So it got quite a nice feel to it. Lots of good guitar work on it. It's really quite restrained. There's a nice middle eight in the middle, but Martin just goes doodly all over the place. He keeps it really nice and simple, but really effective. Nice. So yeah, it's quite a nice song about usual happy thing about guilt and all this stuff. But yeah, no, we really enjoyed putting it together. It's funny because, some of the songs are sort of quite dark, but when we were in the studio and when we recorded the album, it was like the best few days I've had. It was such a laugh. We're working with this really young Welsh engineer who's really good guy, really sharp,
Nice.
but just got into the way of things with us. So it was a real blast. One
That's
of the
awesome. I
funniest
love
weeks I've been.
I love studio work. That's probably one of my most favorite things to do is studio work. So I understand. I the first time I ever entered the studio, I think I was like 12 or 11, and I was doing studio work, background studio work, and I fell in love with it back then. And every single time I'm in the studio, I'm like, oh, I'm at home. Cause it's just, I don't know. Studio work is so much fun because you get to like do all sorts of interesting, crazy things and just see if it works a lot of times. And and then the engineer takes it and they just run with it. And they're like, oh, look what I did with what you gave me. And I'm like, I didn't give you that, but that sounds freaking amazing. Thanks for making me sound like that. It cracks me up. So I understand. Sometimes, yeah, you can sing the saddest songs in the world and you're in the studio. You're like, this is the best thing I've ever done in my life. I love it.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Davey tended to eat stuff when he was in the vocal booth, which was quite unpleasant to hear at times. But we edited most of that out. So.
Oh, I would hope so. Yeah, that would be crazy. All right. Well, we got one more set of songs left. So gonna do a little bit more dancing and then we get to go and say goodbye. So we'll bring you back in just a few minutes. All right.
Okie doke.
Sounds good. All right, guys, we got Forgiven by Auld Gods, and then we've got Wither by Skipping Stones. Then we've got I'm Gonna Take Care of You by Robert Bruce Scott. And our last song of the evening is Seeing Things by Peter Burns. You guys, it's been an amazing night. Let's listen to some more beautiful music. Here we go.
The wealth of the rich is their fortified city. I'll take it brick by brick, I don't need their pity. I've walked these roads and I've seen plenty. Got many tall tales for the cognizant. She whispered in my ear, you sure as hell ain't going to heaven. Dante's got it all mapped out for me, but the last thing I want is to be forgiven. The unrighteous will not enter the kingdom of God. But what the hell does being unrighteous involve? Can't keep up with the moral tectonics. Right or wrong, it's just a matter of optics. She whispered in my ear, you sure as hell ain't going to heaven. Dante's got it all mapped out for me, but the last thing I want is to be forgiven. to eat. You've got to be hungry in order to love. You've got to hate somebody. You get advice on who and what's to be done. You'll get directions and your very own gun. She whispered in my ear, you sure as hell ain't going to heaven. Dante's got it all mapped out for me. I'm headed for circles 2, 5, and 7. Dante's got it all mapped out for me. But the last thing I want is to be forgiven.
seemed so long ago. When we first met and first realized we're gonna watch the fire grow. And you know, my daddy told me a long time ago, he said, son, take care of the good things in your life. Well, you know, you're the best thing ever happened to me, and I'm gonna take care of you. Yeah. Well, that first glance, that first step, that first dance, we were cutting up and cutting the rug. Well, it's one step back and two steps toward the edge, and it feels like falling in love. Yes, it does now. I'm gonna take care of you. Yeah, you know I will. So let's get up and give it another turn, and we'll make this room spin around. Well, you fancy dress and fancy dancer, we'll show the whole world what I found. Yes, we will now. Let's show 'em. Gonna take care of you. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. Yeah, I will.
Started seeing shapes of things to come. Just a glimpse here and there my home, but it's alright. Ring in the change. Alright, was that your card? Alright, a little strange, but it's alright, was that your card? Everybody says things never been so bad. I do believe they're the best I ever had. So come on, even up the score. Not like it used to be before. Through any window, time's moving slow. Don't let down your guard. You need to find somewhere to hide. Before you do, is that your card? I've started seeing shapes of things to come. An old cat haunted by dead mice. I've started seeing things. I've started seeing things, but it's alright. Bring in the change. Alright, was that your card? Alright, it's kinda strange, but it's alright, was that your card? I've started seeing things. Alright. I've started seeing things. Alright. I've started seeing things. Alright. I've started seeing things. Alright.
Well, it's not always good if you start seeing things. I'm going to put that out there, but if you're seeing good things, then why not, right? That was an amazing show. I thank you so much for being here. It has been a blast having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thanks. It's a pleasure being on. Thanks.
Yeah. And I have to say, when your music comes out, send it on and I'll play it, and then people
Will
will be
do.
able to be like, "Hey, yeah, I saw that guy. I saw them." Whenever you guys are having new stuff come out, or if you're playing anywhere, make sure to go on to the Celtic Rain Radio Show Facebook group. Put it up there. Let people know about it, because people are going to want to know where you guys are for sure. And this show gets played everywhere. So it's a beautiful thing. So thank you again for coming. It was amazing having you.
Okay. Thanks.
I do want to say, if you guys have music to send me, send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. All you have to do is be a small label or independent artist, and the music has to be family friendly. If you are not watching from YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. And you can like and subscribe. You are listening to the Celtic Rain Radio Show, and we say thank you and good night. Bye.